2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And coming right up, we'll see the Utah Jazz playing against the San Antonio Spurs. Checking out the Spurs, they've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. Can we talk about Kawhi Leonard, guys?
Sure.
He's become one of only very few players ever to win a Defensive Player of the Year and a Finals MVP. And he just keeps on getting better, Kenny.
His ability to guard multiple positions. His length can bother point guards. His strength and size can bother power forwards. I mean, this guy does it all. He can ball hawk, and he's patient. You know, as the San Antonio Spurs are as a team, very patient and very diligent.
And he's the best perimeter defender in the league since Ron Artest.
Thanks for joining us. We're going courtside to Kevin Harlan.
The home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. The Spurs happy to be returning to San Antonio after the road trip. They've really been on a roll. They've gone 5-1 in their last 6 games.
And nothing better than when you can fit the system and the talent. I mean, win after win. I tell you, what this is telling me is the team is playing with tremendous confidence.
Unstoppable right now, Greg. I mean, I don't know how long the streak's going to continue, but the important thing is that they're stacking up wins, and they seem to be getting better and better, which is scary for the rest of the league.
I'm checking out Utah's opening lineup. Hayward out there with Silk, and it's Rudy Gobert. And then there's Doc, and it's the monster in at the 1 spot. Leonard kicks to Duncan. Back to Leonard. The shot will not go. And it's Utah the other way, coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And that was not an easy game for them. I mean, they barely hung on at the end of regulation before they were able to pull it out in overtime.
And it could turn out to be one of their biggest wins of the season. I mean, just because of the way they came through when it mattered most. That's clutch play that could serve them well going forward.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful. Especially
on the three-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
And he's good on the first of 3. And he sinks the second. Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
And you look at the Spurs and how they avoid losing streaks. I mean, most teams losing 4 in a row wouldn't be such a big deal. It's only a big deal for the Spurs because they're so consistent year in and year out.
A nice shot by Aldridge.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Here's the monster. He's coming off a 34-point game against Houston.
Yeah, not to mention the 4 big steals on the night, getting after it on both ends.
A 3-pointer off the mark.
And guys, for the Spurs, a big reason they rarely go on losing streaks is that they have no bad matchup. One of only 3 teams in the NBA last year to defeat every other NBA team. Winning for this group is just second nature.
Now here's Hayward. 23 points for him the last game against Houston. Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, he said they simply cannot afford to be loose with the basketball today because the steals will pile up if you don't play heads up at all times against a team that has such great hands and terrific defensive awareness. You guys know they'll turn that the other direction awfully quickly. Kevin?
And Doris, as always, thanks. And guys, do you agree with Coach's game plan here, given how tough the D is that they're going to go up against?
I really do. I think they're such a hard team to generate offense against. That has to be where they devote most of their attention.
Well, as long as it doesn't come at the expense of their own defense, fellas. I mean, they can't concentrate so intensely on offense, they forget to defend.
He doesn't get the second one. Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
Here's Silk. He's coming off a 37-point game against Houston.
And they were just struggling to stop him. They sent him to the line over and over, and the free throws were a big part of the game.
On defense, Utah.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
Now here's Hayward. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Again, the miss by Hayward.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
Now Hayward with the block. Here's the monster. You talk about a player who can absolutely light it up. He averages over 31 points a game. The pass to Silk. Shot from the top of the key, and he knocks down the jumper. Silk's got his second basket.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Parker passes to Leonard. Shoots from 12. No good off the front iron.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Passes to Doc. Pass to the monster. 5 to shoot. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Silk. Duncan with the block. Parker with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Duncan kicks to Parker. Screen by Duncan to the paint. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Duncan's got his first bucket of the night.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Here's the monster. There's the pass to Silk. Lets it go from deep. Good! Silk's got his 3rd basket of the night. Spurs trail by 4. Parker dishes to Green. And there's the feed to Parker. Duncan against Gobert. Just 5 to shoot. Duncan can't hit. Utah leading by 4. The monster passes to Silk. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Silk's got 9 points.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Parker kicks to Duncan. From 11 feet away, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you know what? Last season, Tim Duncan added another record to his growing resume. I mean, he passes Karl Malone as the all-time leader in double-doubles.
The Spurs have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season. Duncan hits them both.
With Duncan in the double-doubles record, it says so much about just how he has delivered on the floor, Clark, for so long.
Yeah, and if you're wondering, double-doubles didn't get recorded until fairly recently. Don't let that take away from what Duncan has accomplished. He's one of the all-time greats.
Here is Doc. He had 10 points in the win against Houston.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort. He's the kind of player that even the best defense has no answer.
Screen by Duncan. They set the screen. Parker dishes to Aldridge. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists tonight.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Spurs making a switch here. West is checked in. Utah leading by 4.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
Now here's Hayward. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Here's the monster. That one off the back iron and out.
Good defense there. Got away with a major lapse.
West kicks to Leonard. West passes to Parker. From about 16, the 19-foot shot, and David West, the bucket on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 4 assists now tonight.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebounding.
Here's Parker. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Green, the screen. Parker dishes to West. Back to Parker. He nails it. And we're tied up.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
Spurs have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Leonard, no luck.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
And stolen by Aldridge. Parker kicks to Green. West outside. Nobody near Parker. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Parker's got his second bucket of the night.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Here is Doc. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Passes it to 6. 6 to shoot. Here's the screen to stop the run. Here's the monster. Nailed from three-point land. The Monster's got 6.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. And you get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in a more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
Both teams will make substitutions. So it's San Antonio now. They trail by 1. And Mills kicks it to West. And Ginobili. Here we go. And it's sent back by George. Here's Silk. A rebound by the Spurs. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
And they had to be sensational defensively on that night to compensate for the fact that they just couldn't find the rhythm offensively.
Well, I don't think they're really built to play those kind of grinded out, low-scoring games. It just doesn't seem to be in their DNA to me.
And Utah has possession. Ginobili missing from long range. Nice ball movement by Utah. Had the space there, but it's offline. And San Antonio shooting just about an even 40% to start. Picked by West. Lets it go with the 3. Up again. Shot misses. So Utah will take it the other way. Here's the monster. He's got 6. And the foul on the monster. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
A different look for Utah. Joe Ingles is checked in for Silk, and Stockton subbed in for the monster. West outside. It's deflected and out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Here now the league's highest scoring teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys.
Well, this is only a trend over a few games out of a very, very long season. But the coach has got to be pleased that his team has been able to score big with some consistency.
Pass to Wiles. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. San Antonio trailing here. Mills passes to West. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart. He's tough. He's all about team. And, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that.
Now here's Stockton. The dish now to Ingles. Pass to Wiles. Shoots off the screen. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Ingles with the rebound. Utah leading. He kicks to George. 54 seconds left to play in the first quarter. There's the pick. 6 to shoot. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Can't connect from short range.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Ginobili gets the bucket.
I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Here's Stockton after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. It's tipped. the arc. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
And here's Stockton to the middle. Got a piece of it. Ginobili with the steal. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Spurs as they end the first quarter with a truck. And Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, very demanding. Throughout the years, he was hardest on his point guard, Tony Parker. And here's what Parker had to say about that.
My first 3-4 years, it was tough sometimes. Sometimes, like, eyes watered. I was, like, really angry, and it was tough at times. Definitely very hard on me early in my career.
Even though it seems like that was a very long time ago now, to hear Tony Parker talk about it now, it still sounds very fresh to him.
Did he acknowledge, Kevin, that he cried?
It sounds like, yeah.
The game made him cry. That's one of the things fans forget about with professional athletes. No matter how successful they get, players never forget that pain and frustration or those other emotions they've gone through to help get them to where they are.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Just the way they've been able to pound that backcourt. I think that's been the difference.
Establishment of a good low post presence, a big part of the success.
So on the floor for Utah, Lyles out there with Thunder. And it's Hayward. Then it's Stockton. And it's Ingles at the 3 slot. Ginobili kicks to Duncan. That misses off the backboard.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Nice ball movement by Utah. George, no good. San Antonio leading. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. McCallum with the bucket.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Utah has gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Stockton kicks to Ingles. Here's the screen. The pass to Lyles. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for it. Spurs leading by 3. Ginobili kicks to Leonard. That ball's nice feed that time from Ginobili.
A quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Pass to Lyles. Stockton outside. Pass to Lyles. Fires. High post. And he gets it to go. Lyles got his second basket. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Now here's Joe. 9 points last game. And it's sent back by George. Hayward outside. And they're unable to get the time basket there.
Well, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Feeds the ball from 12 feet out. It's hauled in by George. Utah trails by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
They set the pick. Stockton passes to Lyles. In the corner, it's Hayward. Good. Hayward's got 7.
Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Kicks it to Ginobili. This one for 3. Again, the miss by Ginobili.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter. Now
Stockton. Hayward outside. Hayward missing again.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
For Utah, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Stockton kicks to George. Dishes it to Ingles. He feeds it to George. Stockton with it. They set the pick. Here's Ingles. It's good, and a nice assist from Stockton. Stockton's got 3 assists now in this one. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
You know, both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back, back and forth.
Reminds me of a song.
Yeah, Kevin, that's Cameo, to be exact. And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
Hayward outside. He dishes it to Stockton. Here's Lyles. He's covered by Leonard. Lyles no good.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
Bonner kicks to Ginobili. Drills the three-pointer. Ginobili's got 8 points.
He seems to have just lost his touch. Only 1 for his first 5 here in the quarter.
And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and free-wheeling nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
A different look now for San Antonio. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Duncan. Green comes in for Matt Bonner. And Parker subbed in for Manu Ginobili. Utah also making some changes. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for George. Silk comes in for Joe Ingles. And the Monsters subbed in for Stockton. Gobert, the screen. Three-pointer, Hayward, and he gets it to go. Hayward's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Parker outside. The feed to Aldridge. Here's McCallum. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Well, over the course of the last 10 games, these big men have been the NBA's best at the charity stripe. Look at Silk, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
Yeah, he's got a great rhythm and form at the foul line. Sometimes we don't see that in the big fellas, but he is automatic up there.
Yeah, just call him Mr. Sure Thing. He's developed a really nice, consistent free throw stroke. And it's good to see somebody destroying that myth that big guys can't make their free throws. No hack and shack here.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted. And really, I like the movement and communication now.
Doc, he's checked in for Utah. Parker left side. Outside, Green. The dish to McCallum. Aldridge inside. Defended by Gobert. Over to the left wing. Pass to Silk. Leonard with the steal. Here's Parker. His last outing, he had 8 points. Outside Aldridge. Parker outside. Clock at 6. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Parker's got the game tied up here for San Antonio. Utah has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. On the pass to Silk. Green against Hayward. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Here's the Monster, covered by Parker. Shot clock at 6. Here's the Monster, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Looking here at some numbers for Silk. His last 10 games have been exceptional. Averaging around 26 points per, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, He's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Looking at the game for the Monster, he's got 8 points, and some of his offense coming at the foul line with 5 points there.
5 pretty big points indeed.
Offensive rebound, Marjanovic, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Mills, he's checked in for Parker. Utah has gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Here's the Monster, by Green. Here's the Monster. They get the rebound. Pass to Doc. Jacks up a 3. The shot no good. San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And here's Mills. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Gobert with the block. And now Utah, fast break. And Hayward gets it to go.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Aldridge is screen. Here's Marjanovic. Anderson outside. To the right side. And Patrick Mills gets the 3. Mills has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's the Monster, by Green. Here's the screen. Back to pass to Monster. Here is Doc. Hayward, right side. Another shot. Buries the jump shot. Hayward's got 12 now in this quarter.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
Stolen. And now Utah, fast break. And he jams it with authority.
But this has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know, he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's the Monster. 10 points for him. Clock at 6. A 15-footer. Rebound, San Antonio.
You know, not only is the game neck and neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
Mills can't hit.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on it.
Silk, it's good from long range. Silk's got 12 points in the game.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
San Antonio calls timeout.
So far, his shot selection has been questioned. A lot of tough, contested shots. If I'm coaching, I might sit him down for a minute.
West is checked in for the Spurs. We've got 1:55 left in the first half. Outside, Green. He kicks it to West. Utah with the rebound. Silk's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's the monster. 10 points for him. Hayward outside. Pass to Dodd. It's stolen by Green. Mills dishes to Green. There's 1:17 left to play in the first half. To the inside. And with that, the Utah lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Mills.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Good job here in the second. I mean, they're pounding it inside, getting it to the hoop, going strong to the rim. I mean, that's power basketball at its best.
George is checked in for Utah. Joe Ingles comes in for Gordon Hayward. Mills, that's a two-pointer. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
Utah shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And the first one drops. Otto Ginobili's checked in for Green. He hits both from the stripe.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Mills, that's a two-pointer. Utah with the rebound. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 12-4 run. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Nice open look, but it's no good.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Now here's Ginobili. He's got 8. Picked by West. A 3-ball. And that's not going to go. And so we wrap up the first half. Utah out in front as they wrap up the second quarter on a 12-4 run. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
All right, Kevin, here with Tony Parker. And Tony, you guys have struggled offensively so far in this game. Why do you think it's been so tough to get into a groove here?
I don't know. They got a hard time to make a basket. Playing a very good team. They play with a lot of energy. So hoping in the second half we can shoot a little bit better.
Tony, thank you. Kevin, nothing like seeing two Titans get after it.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following. Halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. What a game we're seeing from the Monster.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
Spurs trail by 6. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Spurs. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard of the wing. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Parker in at the point. Marcus Aldridge, a polished mid-range shooter as well. He's working on expanding his range out beyond the arc.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? Last season he made over 10 times more threes than the season before. He made them at an impressive clip, too. I think it's something he should keep as part of his package.
5 on the clock. Here's Gobert. And the rebound goes to Duncan.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
That one goes. Count it. Hayward's got the lead up to 6 now for Utah.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And, you know, he's always been a great shooter from everywhere. But don't forget, also terrific at the free throw line as well. I mean, last season he was excellent among power forwards, only second to Dirk Nowitzki.
Pass to Hayward. Here's the monster. He's covered by Leonard. Here's the monster, and Parker with the block. Leonard attacking, feeds it to Parker. And here's Green outside. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 5th assist in this one.
You know, and with Aldridge's great shooting ability, I mean, he doesn't have to put the ball in harm's way. He has always done a great job of limiting his turnovers, and that's an underrated aspect of his game.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Spurs trail by 3. Parker kicks to Leonard. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
The monster passes to Silk. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Silk's got 14.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Got a piece of it. And now Utah, fast break. Throws down the breakaway jam.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Leonard and Hayward with the block. And they're able to recover. And with that, the Utah lead is cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from Tim Duncan. Utah calls timeout.
You know, there are those who wonder if Gordon Hayward can lead a team to the promised land. However, as just a sophomore, he led a non-powerhouse college to a championship game. So, in fact, they were just 1 basket away from winning it all.
Going back to Hayward, he took that buzzer-beating half-court shot, Clark, that would have won his school the championship. You actually called that game, and it did hit the backboard and rim, but unfortunately did not go in.
Well, Hayward's the kind of guy who's willing to put his team on his back and try to carry him. He's willing to take that responsibility on. Whether he can deliver at the highest level, time will tell.
Here's the monster. He's got 17 on the pass to Dodd. Green with the rebound.
Well, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Parker outside. Kicks to Aldridge. Shot clock at 6. The 15-footer. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. The monster passes to Dodd. Here's the monster. The offensive rebound. Hayward outside. To the left wing. Here's the monster. He's covered by Leonard. Here's the monster. From the top of the key, he buries it. Lamont has got 19 points. Spurs trail by 4. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Back to Parker. Gobert with the block. Here's the monster. 19 points in the game. Now Hayward. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Control the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Utah leading by 4. Stockton outside. Passes it to Lyons. Back to Stockton. 6 on the shot clock. They grab their own miss. Here's Silva. And Utah again with the bucket.
Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
And McCallum kicks to Aldridge. Goes up the baseline, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Utah.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
And the Spurs making a change here. Honors checked in, and Utah with a change here, too. George is checked in for Rudy Gobert. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
There's a good screen. Stockton outside. Back to Hayward. Unloads from 9. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Hayward's got the lead up to 6 now for Utah.
And when you've got that much of a size advantage on your defender, that's how you take advantage.
Here's Aldridge. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And it's 8 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
Pass to Silk. Back to Stockton. Pass to Wiles. Nice ball movement by Utah. Inside, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throw down.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Parker drives in, and another basket for San Antonio. Utah leading by 4. Stockton outside. Dishes it to Hayward. Shoots from 14, and Utah again with the bucket. San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. They set the pick. Here's McCallum. No good off the front iron.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game. That's helped them take this lead.
Here's Wiles. He's got 6, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And a big game for Silk. 11 rebounds, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And a switcher also for Utah. Ingles is checked in. falls, so he hits both of them. Spurs trail by 8. Ginobili outside. West setting the pick for Ginobili. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That is his first foul of the game. It's Ginobili on the wing. Ended by Hayward. Second chance shot. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Signature bucket for him on that possession. They can get themselves in front quickly with a few more like that.
That is good from Ginobili. And for Manu Ginobili last season, not his best. Down in every measurable category since his rookie year. He's 37, myriad of injuries. You know, but Greg, there's still something so special about that play.
Yeah, I mean, so much of his game is about movement. And Kevin, after 13 full seasons and factoring all of the international competition, you're going to have to start to show some wear and tear, and that's been the case for Manu.
Excellent point. He played 4 pro years overseas before the end. It's Anderson with the drive. No good off the back of the rim.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off. You know, guys, getting back to Ginobili, the most concerning part about last year centers around his shooting. Down in field goal, three-point, and free throw percentage. Just could not find the mark all season long.
And looking forward for Ginobili, he may have to reshape his game a little bit. Less commotion overall to try and reduce turnovers. Maybe accepting more of a toned-down role versus the catalyst role that he's really enjoyed over the course of his career.
And he knocks down the first one.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Utah leading by 6. Here's Ingles. 6 points for him. Now the pass to Lyles. Well, fade away. Rebound San Antonio.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Ginobili outside. Pick by West. And Ginobili. Here we go. Can't capitalize on the good screen. Utah has gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Here's Ingles. Passes it to Lyles. Can't cash in from the high post. Spurs trail by 6. Pick by West. Here's Marjanovic. 18 feet out. Utah with the rebound. Silk's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. We've got 1:55 left in the third. It's intercepted. And Ginobili, here we go.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Manu Ginobili. Putting up about 10 points a night, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he can play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
Yeah, and you know, when he's hot, it's really quite nice to watch. I mean, when he's cold, you simply sit him down. I mean, save him for the next time.
That free throw good from Ginobili.
Well, Manu has been getting it done. 12 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for the Spurs. Doc, he's checked in for Utah. The monster comes in for Silk. And so he hits both. Utah leading by 4. 1:37 left in the third. Pass to Lyles. Wide open. Can't get it to go. It's the Spurs taking it the other way. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. The feed to West. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for West. Here's the monster. He's got 19. 1:12 left to play here in the third. They need this one, and that one is stuffed right through.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun. Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden.
Hit by West. Now here's Ginobili. He's guarded closely. Utah with the rebound. George has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Back the pass to Lyles. He feeds it to George. All alone. Hills with the rebound.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Here's the monster. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blown. And there's the call. San Antonio the foul. For Utah, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And they've had some really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And guys, they've taken a huge step forward at the free throw line this season, especially when you compare it to last season. They're a completely different team in that area.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. There's 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Green left side. And with that, the Utah lead is cut down to 6 points on the bucket from David West.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Utah in front, leading by 6. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Utah leading by 6. So on the floor for Utah, they've got Gobert. Thunder is out there with Silk. And there's Doc. And it's the monster in at the point. Gobert against Leonard. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer. And yes, sir, that one drops. 26 points for the monster.
And he had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
The dish to Parker. And count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And, of course, Tony Parker, so big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
Yeah, you know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
Leonard, no luck. Utah leading by 8. Here's the monster. The pass to Doc. Outside, George, and the foul called on Thunder. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know, that turnover right there isn't typical of the performance he's turned in today. In fact, that's his only turnover of the game. He's done a really good job taking care of the ball.
And Utah making a change here. Hayward's checked in, and San Antonio has possession. Duncan left side. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through. And he gets the bucket.
Kevin, too easy. I mean, the defenders were sort of looking at each other like, whose man was he? And everybody thought somebody else was going to guard him, and nobody did.
Here's the monster. He dishes it to Hayward. Here's Silk. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
It's better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Feeds to Leonard. There's the three. Rebound, Utah. Silk's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Hayward outside. Passes it to the monster. Gobert with the screen on Green. To the paint. Nice shot by Gobert. Gobert's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
San Antonio calls timeout. We've seen the monster really having a great game.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain it.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich coaching his team during that last break. He hasn't been happy with their shot selection. He told them, we're forcing things out there, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, work for the open shot in the flow of our offense. We'll see if they heed that advice, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Leonard. The monster passes to Gobert. Here's the monster. Drops in the layup for 2. The monster's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Aldridge is screen. Duncan at the elbow. Offensive rebound, and he gets it to go.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Fires from the wing. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Spurs trail by 6. Outside Leonard. To the paint. Ball stolen. Here's the monster. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got his 5th rebound in this one. And Leonard has it in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. Utah leading by 6. Here's Silk. He kicks to Gobert. Pass to Doc. Lays it up and in on a nice reverse.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Duncan kicks to Leonard. Over to the left wing. Livingston around, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Looking at the game Aldridge has been having, 10 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
Utah calls timeout.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Utah leading by 5. Silk passes to the Monster. To the middle. He calls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Leonard against Hayward. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound, Utah.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Here's the Monster. Gobert, the screen. To the middle. Hayward passes to the Monster. The high post shot. Green with the rebound. Spurs trail by 7. Leonard dishes to Duncan. Outside, Green. Going past the arc. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Kicks it to Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. The baseline J. And that one's good. 30 points for the Monster.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
In the corner of Aldridge. Unloads. That's good. And it's Leonard with the assist. And it's 13 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Here's the Monster. He's covered by Leonard. To the right wing. Knocked the pass to Gobert. Here's Silk. Duncan with some nice D. Spurs trail by 7. Outside, Green. Pass to Parker. Drilled from 11 feet out. Parker's got 9 points here in the second half.
Boy, really nice job to take what the defense was giving him there.
Gobert, the screen. The Monster passes to Silk. Dishes it to Hayward. Gobert with a screen for Hayward. High post, Gobert. Here's Silk. And nothing but fair on that one. San Antonio's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. And Parker, here we go. And Duncan gets it to go in.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Here's the Monster. And Aldridge comes over to help. Leonard with the steal. It's blocked. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. Here's Parker. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's the monster. Gobert, the screen. Here's Doc. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Doc's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high percentage looks.
Hayward passes to Doc. Here's the monster. He's covered by Ginobili. The pass to Doc. Just 5 on the clock. Shot on the way. No good. Empty that time from Leonard.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
At the line for your Spurs, Manu Ginobili. At the line for 2.
Throw good, Ginobili.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Both free throws good from Ginobili. Here's the monster. Gobert, the screen. Here's Silk. Hayward kicks to Gobert. Here's the monster. He's covered by Leonard. Gobert, the screen. Hayward from outside. Rebounded by the Spurs.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Now the feed to Aldridge. There's the dish to Ginobili. To tie it up. And that one's good. Ginobili's got it all tied up now for San Antonio.
This is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the win. 32 points for the monster.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch. And they've gotten good looks, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, that may be the answer for them. You know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're behind by 2. 1:41 left in the game. Parker outside. Takes the turnaround shade. Rebound, Utah. Silk's got his 16th rebound on the night. Hayward outside. Pass to the master. There's the screen. The screen. Puts on the tip and hammers it home.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
San Antonio calls timeout. They trail by 4. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter. Left to play here in the fourth. Aldridge, and fouled hard that time. No get to the line and shoot 2. He drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
And really, the tension could not be higher right now. He looked like he was shooting free throws in practice. What a cool customer.
The monster passes to Hayden. Here's the monster, covered by Parker. It's going to be 2 free throws, 2 points left on the shot.
Hasn't been quite able to lure the defense into fouling as much. Hasn't been as effective in drawing fouls here.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half has been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ballgame.
And those free throws will mean a ton now. It makes it a 2-possession game.
Down low, here's Aldridge. Yes!
Just look at what Aldridge is doing.
Utah's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's the monster. And a foul called on the shot. Down on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And they had a foul to kill. Use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But at least they did get the foul. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
At the line, and it's a 4-point ballgame. Here's Parker. Parker, critical possession right here.
Boy, Kevin, you can just feel the crowd on pins and needles right now.
Inside, here's Ginobili, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
By missing one of those, that leaves them needing a 3 to tie it up. Not the ideal situation.
Here's the monster. Shot clock at 6. From deep 3-point range, San Antonio with the rebound. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. 6 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
A 3-pointer would be huge right now.
Oh, a chance to tie it up with the game on the line. This is what we live for. I want to see what happens right here.
And so it's Utah who's scraped by with a win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson again, folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to take a quick peek at our Jordan Player of the Game. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game. And Shaq, I can tell you want to say something. Your comments?
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
A ton of his points were coming inside tonight. It really speaks to how aggressive he was in this game. If there was a path to the hoop, he was attacking. Love that kind of mindset in a backcourt or a wing player.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.